happy Wednesday. Thank you for sharing the stream, God. I always appreciate you. You are a true friend, that is for sure. Welcome in, you guys. We are going to get this started. So if you're joining us over on YouTube on the replay, make sure you follow us over on Whatnot. There should be a QR code somewhere here on the screen, and that is going to lead you over to our Whatnot um, profile. I'm trying to think of the name. If you don't have Whatnot yet, you can get Whatnot by following that QR code. Use the code NICE comps, all one word, and you will get a sweet $15 to shop for free. Because who doesn't like $15 is? May, welcome in. Eric is here, dog mom of 7. Woo! That's a lot of puppies. I love it. Katterny, Shop Disney, Rising Moon Collectibles. Good morning, you guys. So for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Charity. I am a reseller out of the South Austin, Texas area. I have been reselling for a couple years now, but I've only been full-time reselling since like last September. So we're still kind of learning and growing and all that good stuff. Before that, I was just kind of a reseller. My mom had passed away and left a bunch of decorations and decor and stuff that I didn't want to keep. I kept the stuff that was important to me, but I wanted to re-gift stuff into the population so it just didn't sit in my garage. And so that's how we kind of got started doing this. I used to do marketing and I used to sit behind a computer and make digital images all day and create marketing campaigns, and it was so boring. And this is way more fun. So I love it. It's amazing. Yes, thank you, God. Bailey, good to see you. Rebecca's here. Rebecca, I'm always happy to see you. Sophia, were you able to figure out what camcorder that was so that you could order a cord for it? I hadn't even done the research on that. I literally just gotten that stuff like that day and the day before. So, Erica, good to see you. I really can't imagine being tied to a computer. Bailey, it was rough, man. I would find myself procrastinating projects until like the last minute, which then would just cause like anxiety and stuff because I just hated sitting there all day. Like it was a mix between sitting behind a computer, but then it was also a mix of dealing with waiting for other people to complete their end of the projects. Like when you're doing a social media marketing campaign or you're doing a campaign for a company or you're trying to help them look for new people to recruit or whatever it is that you're doing, there is this waiting period you have to do where you're like waiting for other people to complete their small part of the project so that you can then do your part. Well, the problem is if they're way ahead of schedule, then you look behind. If they're way behind, you look behind. So it was just like this waiting game. And then like, quick, I got to get stuff done. I got to sit behind a computer for 12 hours and then waiting. And I hated it. I was good at it, but just because you're good at something doesn't mean it's something that you want to do with your life. So, oh, you mean how I live my life? Bailey, no, don't live that life. It's tough, man. VT's in the house. Jennifer, I see you. Good morning, you guys. Not yet, but it's in my pile I'm working on. No worries, Sophia. There's some good stuff in there. There is that jade doll, I think is worth like, so make sure you do your research on that one. That's like a limited edition vintage Bratz doll, I think is what it was. I did like literally 0.1 second research on that, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Oh my goodness. It's a mess trying to get anything done on a computer. Dude, it is, Bailey. And here's the thing too. I'm not the most technological savvy person. I can make great like designs and my brain thinks networking wise, but like the rest of it and constantly trying to like do Adobe and getting lost in it and just I'm just glad I don't do it anymore. I'm so glad. Erica Lucille, every time I see your name, it makes me so happy. I don't know if you saw my comment on what on your review, but my grandma's name was Lucetta, and for some reason, every time I see your name where it says Erica Lucille, I immediately think of Lucetta because we called her Lou. Or I didn't call her Lou, I called her Nanny, but other people called her Lou. And so every time I see that, it makes me think of that. It makes me so happy. So, said Bailey. Sandy, what's going on? All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get some shipping done. If you guys have questions about reselling, or you have thoughts and opinions about reselling, or you have questions or comments about anything that's nothing to do with reselling, that's kind of what this time is for. So make sure that you guys shout out if you got shows coming up, if you've got people to follow, if you guys want to follow each other and then say, I followed you so other people can follow you back. That's what this is for. This is completely for networking and hanging out and getting to know each other and having fun and singing random songs and all the stuff that we do over here on a regular basis. So I used to go live on TikTok all the time. They bananaed me because they didn't like me talking about brands. And so TikTok and I are no longer hanging out doing lives. So I'm doing over here. So we're just kind of transitioning over here and doing what we used to do over there here. So yeah. So anything you guys want to ask? I mean, I'm an open book. I'm an oversharer. So you might end up with a story. You will end up with a random song I've made up. That's guaranteed. And we're just gonna have some fun. So Erica says, I love that. Thanks for sharing. It's my middle name and I love it so much. It's a great name. It's beautiful. Katie, good to see you. Rush, what's up? I know it is a precious name. Okay, you guys, so let's get started. We're going to start with stuff that we sold over on eBay. So this is everything that sold yesterday. I think we only sold like 8 things yesterday, which is pretty low for us. I know that it's been, at least this is what I've heard from others, it's been a little bit of a slower week. We are in that weird transition period. So we are, first of all, we are not near a payday, number one. And number two, we are in that transition between kids getting out of school, school ending, summertime. Whenever there's like a transition of things going on, people just have their mind on other things. People are booking vacations, people are dealing with getting their kids out of school and getting them situated for the summer. Like there's just stuff going on. We are not near a payday. So I'm not shocked that this week is a little slower. I know that it'll just pick up again because it always does. Needless to say, of course, I am grateful for the 8 sales that we got yesterday. Mama just needs to be making more than that. That's for sure. So, and thanks to everybody who came to our Whatnot. It's not including our Whatnot show last night. So I got a ton of that to ship out today. That was such a good show. Dude, I'm going to tell y'all right now, for those of you that are following me, that are coming in to these shows, our numbers are so low when we were doing these shows. I hope y'all know that stuff you guys got last night was fire. Like all of those vintage Element t-shirts and the vintage DC and the vintage audio and Fox and Quicksilver and all those are worth good money. And freaking Spicy Ruth cleaned me out of Dickies because the Dickies brand has become so popular again. So yeah, you guys did good on that one. I'm happy to share. I've got so much inventory that I am happy to be helping other resellers and people get stuff for a good deal. So 3 tiny bees, what's going on? Yeah, so we've got our first thing that we sold here is over on eBay. So it is a Harley Davidson t-shirt. I'll show you guys what this looks like. I got this. Actually, you know who I got this from? I got this off a Whatnot show. I got this from AZ. If you guys are not following Arizona Pickin', if somebody can tag him in that just so you guys can see his name, he is an awesome Whatnot seller. I love this guy. He does all the wheels and the deals and the steals. If you're a first-time buyer, he'll give you a yeehaw. Like, I can't do it as good as he does it. But he's a great seller. So if you guys don't follow him, I would recommend following him. He does storage units and he does like $1 starts. It's amazing. So yes, thank you. Jennifer just tagged Arizona. So make sure you guys follow him. He's one of my favorite sellers on here. So I actually got this from him. Everyone in the chat snoozed on it. It went for $2 and I got free shipping. It is a Harley Davidson t-shirt, but it's got something special on it. It's got the Arrowhead, Arizona. Whenever you can find Harley shirts that are area specific, that have something cool, and y'all know that like Southwestern kind of Aztec slash Western look is super popular right now. So anytime you can find anything that's got that on that, it's a sweet little double-sided, super cute little t-shirt. I paid $2 for it. And it sold for, I think, 15 over on eBay. So he does find some crazy stuff. I've got one item from him right now that actually, let's open it while we're here. So this is from AZ. Everyone in the chat, or everybody in the chat snoozed on this one. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So like I just know what Star Wars stuff is worth, and I know like the weird amounts of money some of the stuff is worth. Star Wars stuff is funny because it's either worth a lot of money and it's good money, or it's worth like nothing. So it's really interesting. You have to kind of know what you're looking for. But I knew what this was the second he held it up. I think I got this for like $1, which is disgusting. Because wait till you guys see this. And this dude is an amazing packager. He always packages stuff up so stinking nicely. I mean, this thing is like wrapped to high heaven. So, Leland, welcome in. Hi, new here, browsing and enjoying. Sandy, welcome to the show. We love hanging out here. I'm always here live Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and we just kind of, talk about everything. So I am a little neurotypical ADHD spicy girl, so I overshare and overtalk, and this is a perfect platform for it. So I'm happy to see you, Sandy. Let me make sure I give you a follow. Let's see. And if anyone follows me, I will follow you back when I get off here. Sounds like me, dude. Here's all my ADHD, neurodivergent, crazy, insane people out there. Woo! Don't you feel like this is a platform you dreamt of years ago? Dude, Bailey. Yes. Okay. So, short story. Back in the day when I was working for a company, this is when Facebook Live first started. So we're talking the beginning of the Facebook Live. Like it launched and I went live like the next day, and people would come in and they're like, "Are you actually talking to me?" And then I'd say their name or something and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, how do you know that?" Of course, back then the resolution was terrible. The chat was super laggy. You couldn't do like cool, fun things. And the chat talking to each other didn't work very well. You had to go into the comments and like pop out of the video. It was a mess. But yes, and I remember thinking back then, this was so many years ago. I remember thinking back then, man, when they perfect this is going to be the way that everyone communicates, is being able to come on here and talk with their friends down here in the comments and in the chat section and be able to talk with each other and follow each other. I remember thinking that, and it is so cool to have that come to fruition. Otherwise, I'd be so bored in here working by myself all the time. I'm in here photographing, by the way, you guys. Oh my God, I came across the sickest shirt. I'm going to show you this in a second. I'd be in here just photographing and being bored. So I'm so happy I come on here and hang out with you guys, or I'm watching other whatnot shows. I basically live on this app. So, all right, I found this shirt. This is a banger. I don't know what this is going to be worth. I cannot find this shirt online. I literally cannot find this shirt. So number one, it's an older Fruit of the Loom tag. This is a heavy D. I'm a tag researcher, so I would say this tag is probably like a 2011. I'm going to go with like a 2011. But look at this. It is a sick, insane, disgusting Snoop Dogg shirt. I got this for $1 at a garage sale. It was at the bottom of this box. I'm going to have to research this because some of the Snoop Dogg shirts can go for some pretty big money. Some of them go for nothing. But have you guys ever seen this? Has anyone ever seen this shirt? It is literally in insanely good condition too. And look at that old tag. Like, so I got to figure that one out. I mean, that is like crazy find. I know, right? We love Snoop too. I know. Such a crazy. That's one of those you're at a garage sale and they're like, "Oh, everything in that box is $1." And you're like, "Okay." And you're looking and you're finding, a couple t-shirts and you find this. And then all of a sudden you see that and you freeze and you don't want to make a big deal and you don't want to totally freak out because then the person's going to be like, "Oh, that's more expensive." So you just casually reach down in the box and you just put it in your pile and you pretend that you're not totally freaking out inside. And then you get to the front and you give them $5 and you get in your car and you go, "Yarg, I'm a pirate." Or at least that's what I do. You found 2 smashing pumpkins in the trash. Dang! Those can go for big money. Those blind melon, those ones go for really big money. Oh my Lord. Oh yeah, you get out of there. Lost and Founder, you get out of there. You get out of that sale as fast as you can. One is already sold for $630. Let's freaking go, Bailey. That's amazing. Christine, welcome in. I'm telling you guys, trash into treasure. I found at a see, we do a little shipping, we do a little talking. This is what we do. I found at a sale. I went to this like old sale in this like it was like a I don't know, like a rummage sale with a bunch of different people. Anyways, it was in this old ancient building. I get there and there's a line of people to get in. I'm like, oh boy, but it was in the middle of nowhere, so I was not leaving. So I get in. The first thing I see is like 30 vintage He-Man toys. Nobody picked them up, so I literally just scooped all of them off of the table. And then I went, we got a couple other things. I went to leave and I see this free box, says free anything in here. I found a vintage Disney Tigger t-shirt in there for free. And you're not gonna ready. Are you guys ready for this? A vintage Burberry. A vintage Burberry bag. It had like the whole Nova check in the inside. The little latch thing had come off, so it needed to be repaired. But dude, I think I sold that thing for like $1.80. You gotta love when you find those things in the trash. Yeah, it was so crazy. 90s Siamese dream on a Toltex XL. Mwah. That is chef's kiss right there. That is way too good. All right, yeah, so we're opening this. So this is why I source on Whatnot. Look at this. So for the most people, you wouldn't think this is anything, but this is a very, very specific artist that does these. You got all of your stuff here at the bottom. These ornaments right here go for over $100. So when AZ put that up on his auction, I was like, oh yeah, baby. And nobody bid against it because I don't think anybody knew. And so after it won, I was like, yo, AZ, they be snoozing in this chat. I was like, I just picked up that $100 bill, yo. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you guys, this is Star Wars, man. Some of it is worth good money. So thank you to Mr. Arizona Pickin for that. That will be getting listed. Such a great guy. I love him to pieces so much. All right, totally. Riz is here. What's going on? All right, so back to our shipping. This is how it happens. Guys, if you like things to stay in a straight line, this is not the Whatnot for you. I will be all over the place, guaranteed 99.9% of the time, unless I go into a hyper focus, and you guys will know because I'll just stare for 5 minutes and then I'll forget what I'm doing. Salvy's here. Good squeaking morning to you too. I think my life would be less like hell if I would just get organized in the shipping area. If you guys, so right now, this looks organized, right? This looks amazing. Y'all can't see over here, and y'all can't see over here. I'm happy to see your face too. Oh my goodness. Girl, what is going on? How have you been? Tell me everything. Tell me all of the things. All right, so this person's getting an adorable little sticker here, and we're going to ship this on its way. Now, this is under a pound, so I'm going to ship it straight out of the bay. Anything over a pound, and I ship using Pirate Ship. You know why? Because it saves me money. And do I like that? Yes, I do. Bailey says, I hear ya. Guys, my house is, it looks like an explosion happened. And I am not kidding. I am dead serious right now. We got like, I'm going through and sorting like bulk old vintage clothes. I'm sorting, we got some racks for the garage and I just got hangers in. So I ordered like tons and tons and tons of like wooden hangers so that I can start hanging clothes up so that I can like get my shows kind of set up ahead of time. Cause man, I am not gonna lie. I feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to like do all the Whatnot shows we've been doing, live sourcing all day Saturdays, and then just regular static listings along with just regular life. Justin's trying to build an additional online business. I mean, we are literally like going. And so I'm trying to like budget in house cleaning, keeping up. I kind of have just given up and decided that it's it's never gonna happen. Like here's the thing about having ADHD. You want to be organized so bad. Like you want, and you can see what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly how to organize it in your head. But then what happens is you start doing it and then you change your mind 5 minutes into it, or you get 3/4 of the way through the project and then you abandon it, or you just literally forget that that's what you were working on because all of a sudden you are on off on a completely different tangent doing something completely and totally different. So I have a timer thing on my phone called Focus Keeper that I try to use to I'll be like, okay, for the next hour, I'm doing this and I'm not doing anything else. It works 50% of the time. The other 50% of the time, it does not work. Case in point, my home. It is not organized. I am not a housekeeper. I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I am not. I want to be so bad. I want every can in my cabinet pointed the right direction. I want my towels to be consistently folded. I want my floors to be vacuumed and my windows to be washed. I want things to be organized so badly in my dreams. But having it come to fruition is probably never going to happen. Senor Pepper, what are you doing? Salvi says, I bought poly bags yesterday and my husband saw. He goes, you've already have poly bags. I told him they're the bigger size. Sir, mind your own business. Excuse me, Mr. Husband, Mr. Mermaids. Let me just tell you right now something about something. You need multiple size bags. You need 9 by 12, you need 12 by 15, you need 14.5 by 19, and you need 24 by 24. And don't let anyone tell you different. That's what I'm talking about. Abigail, what's going on? Happy to see you. I want it so much, Bailey. I know. I get distracted. I'm telling you, it's so difficult. I don't want my bathroom sink to be a mess, but I don't know how to help it. Okay, true statement. Oh my God. So this morning I'm getting ready in the bathroom and I've got my sink that I use, right? We've got two sinks in our bathroom, but the other sink has never worked really good. It needs to probably have something replaced underneath. It makes a funny sound. So we just don't use it because we have another bathroom in here and that's where Justin like has all of his stuff. So this morning I'm looking at my little area, right? And it's so neat and tidy. It looks great because I took time to kind of wipe everything down. And then all of a sudden it literally looks like someone robbed me and there's just makeup. The other sink is just full of like bandanas, hair clips. There's a Tupperware lid in there. Why? Nobody knows. But my little area, I have one little area on the bathroom counter that's perfectly organized. Someone with like severe cleaning OCD would come to my house and be like, "Girl, you need to get your shite together." And I'd be like, "No, I have stuff to list." D in Texas, what are you doing? Guys, this is my friend right here, D. Find her, see her, find her little thing, click on her and follow her. This chick is awesome. Awesome. She is a fellow Texan like me. And she does whatnot shows. She's got one coming up here in about 40 minutes that we are going to rate if she's still on when I get off. So make sure you guys follow her. I think she's doing, aren't you doing a Western Weird today? Aren't you doing Western? God says howdy. Guys, God has a show today too. This is my friend Eaterist to God. I just call him God. Make sure you guys follow him. He's got a show today, this afternoon as well. So, and God, what do you got? What are you doing today? What are you selling today? Western and vintage clothes. D, you're speaking my language. One of my sinks is a designated cat sink. I love it. If someone came into my house and tried to clean it up and throw things out, I would cry the whole time. Man, I need someone to come in here and list all the stuff I have. Because here's the thing, I don't have like a million possessions, but I have a million things that need to get listed. So, but that's okay because we're doing a lot of whatnot shows and stuff. So I need the extra stuff, but all right, as we finally get our first item shipped. Shirts of all kinds. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. I've gotten some great stuff from God too on here. Okay. Next thing we've got here is a Levi's shirt. I ran this one on our on a whatnot. I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and nobody took it. So here's what I'm doing. When I run stuff on whatnot, I'm basically running it for like what I get it for cost, and then I just do a little bit of a markup. Unless it's like an insane crazy banger, and then I of course mark it up because that would be insane if I ended up selling a $80 shirt for $4. I want to help y'all out, but mom's got to pay the bills. So we just mark it up a little bit, try to keep everything reasonable. And this one I had for $2. Nobody took it, and I think it sold for 20. I think it was 24. Little Levi's long sleeve color block. The key with this one is it looks like a rugby shirt. So it's like rugby and Western. Now, while I've got this out, I'm going to show you guys how to properly fold these for shipping to make them as small as you can. So when you have a long sleeve button up shirt, take the collar here. First thing you're going to do is fold that collar down. It's going to keep it. I see this happen a lot when I'm watching people ship items. They will take collared shirts and they will fold them here in the center. And that's going to create a fold line for the person when they undo it, and they're going to be annoyed. So you want to take and fold that collar down. Then the next thing you're going to do is take this shoulder and this arm and bring it back over the middle. Then you're going to just wrap this arm backwards and down. If this had buttons on it, it would help to keep the buttons safe as well. And then bringing it this way. And then once again, we do this. And then we're going to fold down to the middle. We're going to fold up to the middle. And then we're going to fold like this. And what that's going to do is that's going to create your shirt to be around 6x6x2 or 6x6x3. Now, why does that matter? Well, if you're on any app besides Whatnot and you're charging shipping, so over on the Bay, I do flat rate shipping. So I just charge a flat rate and then I keep whatever is extra. So by doing it that way, sometimes I make a little money on it. Sometimes I don't make any money on it. Once in a great while, I eat it like $1 or something. But most of the time, we make around $1. So by being able to take this and getting this down to this size, it's going to ship in a cubic round advantage way, or at least something close to that. And it's going to end up shipping for like $1 less. So if you can get them down to 6x6x2 or 6x6x3, it's going to save you money. They are going to get a cute, what are they getting? They are getting a cute, oh, let's do this little horse because it's a little Western thing for Levi's. Hello, I'm a horse. Nah. Some people experience free fall in my minimalist environment. Riz, your house is so nice. Like, there is nothing wrong with Riz, is a good friend of ours. I've been over to her place, and there is nothing wrong with having minimalist. I think I thrive in the chaos. I think that's just me. My walls in my house are completely full. Everything's full. Everything's everywhere. My inventory, my reselling inventory room is hella organized. It's perfect. But the rest of the house is an explosion of style, that's for sure. AB David, welcome and good to see you. Nurse is in the house. How is my good friend Nurse today? I am very happy to see you. Yes, D, that is a great, great, great little trick to be able to do that. That's just going to make your stuff really small. So, yes. Oh, did you just order your third Z-Rack? Dang. God, you do have a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. If you got 3 Z-Racks, those Z-Racks hold a lot of stuff. So see how small I'm able to get that package? Now, this is going to be over £1, and this is why it makes a difference. So if I was to ship this shirt just like this is right here, it's going to cost about $8.50 to ship this over on the Bay. But we're going to go ahead and this is going to Pennsylvania to Frank, our new friend Frank. And we're going to copy and take this over here, and we're going to see what we can ship this for. So we're going to copy and paste, put this in here. If you have not created a Pirate Ship account yet, I would highly recommend doing that. This is not for Whatnot. This is for other platforms. And then we're going to click on Polybag. We're going to put in 6x6, and then we're going to put in 1 pound, 2 ounces. And this is going to give us a total of, now remember, it would have been 8 something over on eBay. It's only $7.75 here. So that is a huge, huge, huge difference price-wise for us. Oops, I'm at 4th, including the little racks I have. God, you do have a lot. That's a lot of t-shirts. That's more than I've got. Casey, come, welcome in. Our home is clinical. Hey, man, there's days I wish mine were. There's a lot of days I wish mine were for sure. I mean, it's just not how my brain thinks. It's not how my brain thinks, and it's not how Justin's brain thinks. So I have ADHD. Justin has ADD. So you put the two of us together, and it gets interesting. Like, he's the non-hyper version of me. I would say that he is messier than I am in certain ways because he's what I call a stuffer. So he'll stuff things places, and I'll go to open something and things just come spilling out. It's like the out of sight, out of mind. I can't do that. That drives me literally insane. And so if I'm looking for something and I'm like, hey, if it's stuffed in that cabinet, I ain't getting in that cabinet. You gotta go over there, Mr. Stuffington gets to clean that up. Now, I, on the other hand, I make piles. I make little piles, and then I have all these intentions of going and putting the items away from the piles. And then that doesn't happen, and usually there's 8 piles sitting around. So, I mean, we do the best, right? You're the most amazing couple. I love you too, Riz. Thank you. That's an awesome compliment. Reptile guy, what you doing? Oh my lord, what are you doing in here? Uncle Monty is here. Casey's swipe and snipe, baby. Whoa, I like that name. Ooh, dangerous. Pew pew pew. I have piles that might be mounds. Jeannie, you and me both, my friend. I got a mound in front of my fireplace right now. It's a good thing I don't need to run a fire because there would be a house fire. What the hell is that? Oh my lord. All right. So once we get that item done, we go back over into the bay, and then we're just going to put our tracking number in here and here, and we're going to paste it. We're going to save it, and we're going to continue on to our next item. Okay. Next thing we've got is a pair of Carhartts. These are a pair of Carhartt work in progress utility outdoor pants. Y'all snoozed on these ones. These are snoozers. So I ran these. We got these at a garage sale. I think the first weekend that we did our all-day garage sale, I ran these for $4 and nobody took them. And I could not believe it. I was literally shocked. I was like, okay. I think it was our first show. Anyway, they are a pair of Carhartt. These are the work in progress line. They are an outdoor line. They've got like the extra knee and everything like that. Nobody picked these up, and I sold them for $40 on the bay. Hey, it's okay. So what we're doing, and it's actually working. So I'm constantly trying to like figure out my flow, right? Like Whatnot shows are one kind of beast. Listing static on like the Bay or Poshy or the Poppy or anything like that. That's called static shopping or static listing. That's another beast. So I've been trying to kind of like figure out my like schedule and my flow because it's tough, right? It's tough to get those things figured out. So here's what I figured out I'm doing, and it's actually working pretty well, is I run the stuff on Whatnot, and if it sells, great, boom, done. If it doesn't sell, then I just bring it in here to my other room where I do like my photography stuff, which is here. I do that in my back photography booth here. This turns on. I know you guys don't get to see this very often, but this turns on. I do all of my photography there. And so I just put the stuff up that nobody bought. And that seems to be working good. So I think we're gonna keep rocking that. Because the stuff I get from garage sales, and when I'm out sourcing and thrifting and stuff like that, I only get it if I know I can sell it. Like if I know it's gonna sell, I get it. If I don't think I can sell it, then I'm not buying it. Unless we're doing a live thrifting or a live Whatnot. Like we do our all day Saturday garage sales where I literally go live at 8 o'clock in the morning till like 1, and I just stay live the whole time and I run things throughout the day. But if someone wants a specific item at a garage sale, of course I will buy that for them, and then we will run it as an auction. But like I don't buy anything I can't sell, because otherwise I would get stuck full of a lot of stuff. I know I've heard other resellers be like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have got that stuff. I thought it would sell on Whatnot and it didn't, and now I got to list it, and it's not stuff that I normally sell. I don't know anything about it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. So that's why I do not do that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ship these out. I have piles that my sorry, I already read that. Michelle, what are you doing, Michelle? Don't you have a show today? You have a show today, Michelle. Something in my brain says that I remember seeing that, and I maybe commented or something, or is that wrong? I feel like I saw it. I feel like my brain is telling me I saw that you have a show. All right, so these are going to go ahead, and we're going to pop these over on to pirate ship as well, because they're over £1. These are going to someone named Justin in Connecticut. Justin in Connecticut needs his Carhartt pants, and he needs them now. It's my money and I need it now. Okay, so we are going to go envelope. Who else has shows coming up? Who's got shows coming up? We want to help you. We want to help you to promote your shows. Who's got shows? We need to know. Who's got shows? Does anyone have shows? Not today. Have had to change schedule because we've been keeping good, baby. Oh, I love that. Adorable. Was I right about though? I thought that I saw you at a show and I like maybe popped in to say hi. Yes? Question mark. Anyways, so these are going ground cubic advantage, which is why we kept trying to keep the sizes small. And these are going to ship for $7.79. They paid $8.99 for shipping, so we made a little over $1. I believe I bought these for $1 or $2, so it pretty much helps pay for that original. Yeah, I think I paid 2 for these if I remember correctly. I was trying to do Wednesday. Okay, yeah. I saw something about that. It's I try to keep track of everybody and I try to keep track of what everyone's doing, but it's a lot of people and my brain holds information for about 23 seconds. 23 seconds memory. That's what I've got. I'm like, do you guys remember that movie? Great movie, by the way, 50 First Dates. Remember in that movie, 10-Second Tom? It's like, hi, my name is Tom. And Dan Aykroyd is like, oh, this is 10-Second Tom. He was in an accident, so he only remembers things in 10-second increments. And that 10-Second Tom goes, that's terrible. Oh, no. And he's like, hi, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you. That's my brain. I remember the first time I ever saw that movie, and I was like, oh my God, I feel so seen. That's how I feel like my brain is. Oh my goodness. It is. I love that movie. Does anybody else remember that? That's such a good movie. That's a great soundtrack, too. That is a great, great soundtrack. All right, we're going to go back over to the bay. We're going to go ahead and stick in our tracking number here. And put this here. And if you guys haven't noticed, I went ahead and did something. I've seen a couple other people do this, and I really like the idea. I think Bearded actually was the first one to recommend doing it like this. But if you guys look down here, you'll see sponsor a giveaway. So we try to do as many giveaways as we can during our show. So we either do, we do stickers, we do tattoos, we do plantable seed packets, I think we've done tons of different stuff. But we also try to do gift cards. And I want to be able to do as many gift cards as I can, but I have to make sure budget wise, I don't kind of go over, we're newer here and whatnot. So we're trying to find our flow. So if you guys decide that you ever want to sponsor a giveaway, it costs $10 plus I think it's like 73 cents shipping or something like that. I will ship you out a thank you card and some stickers. And then I will take that gift card and I will run that on the next show as a sponsored gift card. You'll get a shout out. I'll let you know that I'm going to feature you on there too so that you can pop in. That way you can get a shout out. We'll go ahead and put your name down, score you some follows and all that good stuff too. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. We sponsor the chat. So if anybody decides they want to do that, that's right down here. Okay, next thing we've got here is a beer shirt. I've talked about this a lot recently. Beer shirts always sell for me. So if you guys are out and about and you are sourcing and you'll find them at garage sales a lot for like 50 cents or $1. They always sell. They're not usually crazy, huge, mega nuts bangers unless there's something really weird or different or unusual or vintage. But they always are just consistent sellers. I just sold a Modelo one last weekend. The week before that, we had sold a Miller Lite. And then this week we sold a Jägermeister. Oh dear God. How many of y'all have had one of those nights? I will admit there was a time that I definitely had a few nights of the Jaeger. Now I think if I smelled that, because it was so popular in the 2000s, now I think if I smelled Jägermeister, I may actually die. I may be like, oh dear God, R.I.P. I can't even imagine now. My body would literally be like, gurg, gurg, like it would not happen. Casey's Coast says, me. What about the F water drink beer shirt? Oh my Lord, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, you just got to cover up the words on the listing. All right, so this person is going to get a cute little starfish and a thank you card. And again, we're going to make this as small as we can because I want to be able to get it in that smaller size bracket because then this is going to be like hardly anything to ship. I think this sold for 12. Yeah, so this sold for $12. I want to say, I think I got this one at a garage sale in like a bulk buy. I probably paid maybe a quarter for it. And it sold for $12 over on the bay. And again, making that as small as we can. That way we can do the 6x6x2. So they paid probably $5.99 for shipping. Yep. So they paid $5.99 for shipping. This is going to Eileen in Michigan. And then let's take a look and see what we've got for shipping. It's probably gonna be four something. So yeah, so we're paying $4.62. They paid $5.99. So that kind of helps to cover a little bit of those fees too. For us over on the Bay, which we love that. God says, I might just run that. I mean, Whatnot's probably the place to go for that because then you don't have to worry about the swear words on that for sure. So, JT Entertains, what is this? Excuse me, sir. Who in the HE double hockey sticks do you think you are coming on in here, bringing your positive energy and your nice TikTok shop shorts? Good gravy. I'm doing good. Guys, if you do not follow JT, I'm sure y'all do. This is a good friend of ours, and he is awesome. This dude right here, Casey Cove, has unlocked You're Pretty Great, and so has Flippin' Nurse. So JT runs a little bit of everything. JT, you do storage units, don't you? Or like estate sale buyouts. He runs everything, you guys. He is hilarious. He is funny. He does inexpensive starts, great shipping, very trustworthy seller. You don't have to worry about buying from him. You know you're going to get exactly what he says. If he ever sent you something and it broke or anything happened like that, which it's never happened to me, but if it did, this dude would automatically replace or refund. I am telling you, this guy is like legit. Estate sale tonight at 7. Guys, make sure you go in and bookmark. I'm telling you, I've got some great stuff from him. I got a pair of banger shoes from him, and everybody in the chat snoozed, and we took them home. Yeah, baby. Oh, blushing. Coastal, Coastal, I see you. I see you, Coastal. I follow him on TikTok, but not here. Yeah, God, you got to check out his shows. He is definitely someone that when I was first thinking about doing Whatnot, I was so nervous to come on here, you guys. And I had some great people like Bearded, House of Coop, Hustle, AZ. I had people like cheering me on, like, no, you need to come on Whatnot. You need to do it. I was just so nervous to do it. Procrastinated it forever. But anyways, JT is one of those people I started watching for like a couple months before I did my shows because I wanted to kind of see how does he do stuff. Like, he's such a good conversationalist, and I was like, okay, what does he talk about? How does he do this? How does he run his items? How quickly does he run the items? What does he do for starts? So I stalked him. He probably didn't even know I was in the shows. I was just quiet, and I had my binoculars, and I was like watching because I always say it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. And JT is great. He is super legit, guys. Too legit to quit. Hey, hey, Jay-licious, I see you sneaking in here. I see you. D's in 20 minutes. Okay, let's get this wrapped up so we can go over and get D rated today. Okay, next thing we've got is a little Polo Ralph Lauren t-shirt. Y'all know I sell these. Now, normally for these Ralph Lauren polos, I will double them up. So I will wait until I have like 2 or 3 in a bundle. If you do it like that, you can get some good money for these little basic shirts, especially if you have ones that have like stripes or anything kind of unusual to it. But this is just a little Polo Ralph Lauren. No, nothing too big, nothing too fancy. Just a little shirt, little blue with a little red. We got our little red horse here, or our red pony. And this sold for $10 over on the Bay. These are great too. So, like I said, normally I like to have a couple of these. This was in a 2XL. I don't run into a lot of these Polo Ralph Lauren t-shirts in 2XLs. So I was holding on to this one for a while. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to put it up, pop it up, and let it run. And I think I got this probably for like 50 cents or $1. So not bad at all. And this person is going to get a little snaky. And we're going to package it up real nice, Clark. And here we go. I know. I'm telling you guys, JT is the man. He is definitely a follow for sure. And somehow has snuck by on the old TikTok talking about brands and talking about Whatnot all the time. Doesn't get banana. I think TikTok just loves him. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. TikTok is in a secret love affair with JT. He has snuck by the radar. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ship this. This is under £1, so we're shipping it straight out of the Bay. This is gonna be 8 ounces. and we're gonna go 6 by 6 by 2, and we are paying $462. So this was gonna ship at $569 if I had it at an 8 by 8 by 2, but because I changed it to 6 by 6 by 2, now it's only $462 to ship. He paid $599. We make a little bit of money, and this is going to Clifton in Ohio. So Black Mass in Paris, Black Mass. You know we got to sing Hawthorne Heights when we see Ohio. It's just the way it goes. I can't not do it. I'm literally obsessed with Hawthorne Heights. So he does get away with everything. There she is. There's my girl. There's the pirate right there. Rosita. I call her Spicy Ruth because she is a spicy lady. I love her. She is so feisty, by the way, you guys. I don't know if y'all follow her over on TikTok. She seems so nice and unassuming, but she is feisty. I love it. I love that. Casey's, I just love you too. Thanks, you guys. So yeah. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Ruth knows what's up. Spicy Ruth knows what's up because my girl, Tiana Rosita, she knows Dickies. The Dickies brand is making a huge comeback right now. It's definitely becoming like a thing back in the popularness of the world again. And that girl got so much good Dickies stuff last night. Girl, you cleaned up. I am so excited about that. I'm just excited somebody was in there that could appreciate it because I'm like, does no one understand that this is like insanely becoming popular? But she's got her nose on the style. She knows what's up. I'm selling out fire. Yeah, I'm telling you. I, I try to tell everybody. I'm like, look, y'all. This is what's popular. This is what's selling. And sometimes people listen. Sometimes they don't. What are you gonna do? You can lead reselling horses to water, but you can't make them drink, right? It is selling so hot in Mexico right now. It's crazy. I didn't even realize how hot it was selling there until you said something about it, and then I did my own little kind of research here on the side, and I was like, oh, interesting. My Rosita knows what's up. Okay, next thing we've got here is a shirt. I got a whole bunch of clothing from this guy for free here in town. Man, people are like, the laziness of people sometimes is amazing to me. So there was these bags of men's free clothes on FB over on the Facebookies. And so I messaged the lady and she said, yeah, we've got about 6 people ahead of you. And I was like, well, keep me on the list because if my name comes up and nobody wants these, I can be to your house in like 11 minutes. And she was like, okay, and kind of laughed. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. So I messaged her the next day and I said, hey, did anybody come and get that stuff? She said, a lady was supposed to come by. It sat on my porch overnight and nobody came and got it. And I was like, look, I can be there in like 11 minutes. Like, I will literally show up. She's like, do you promise you'll show up? I've had so many people tell me they'll show up and they won't show up. I'm like, girl, I sent a picture of myself and I'm like a thumbs up. Like, this is me. I am a human. I will literally drive to your house right now. She was like, okay, great. So I get to her house. She's got 2 huge bags. Guys, it had vintage Texas Tech in there. It had vintage Texas Longhorns. It had vintage Champion, vintage Russell. It had all these vintage clothes along with suit jackets, golf clothes, pants, shoes. I mean, it was literally like so much stuff. It was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of the stuff that I got for free because everyone else just was lazy and they didn't go pick it up. It is so strange to me. I'm like, that is free. Free 99, yo. What is going on? So I got in that car. I went right over there. I was like, woo, and went right there. And that was it. So this is one of the things we got. This is a little Pebble Beach Golf Dry Luxe. Now, these are not huge bangers. However, they were free for me. So they have been consistently selling over the last like 6 or 7 months. They usually sell for about $10. But because I got it 100% free, that's just a $10 bill in my pocket every single time. So gotta love those free things. Pebble Beach is probably not a brand I would get if I was trying to source, but if it is for free, they'll sell. Anything sells online as long as the price is right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this shipped out. It is under a pound, so we're gonna go ahead and do our 8 ounces and then 6 by 6 by 2 for our sizing, which makes us $4.62. This is going to Mark in Wisconsin. He paid $6.99 for shipping. Sometimes, maybe if I know an item is going to sell for just a little less than other things, I may increase the price of the shipping just a little bit, just to make a little extra. I mean, it's not a crime. All right, we're gonna purchase this later. We'll move on. Everything sells, nothing doesn't. God, you are telling me we have sold some obscure items. I know some of y'all. Okay, question. What's one of the, for those of you that are resellers in here, or even if you ever just have sold anything online before, Facebook or whatever, what's one of the most obscure things you've ever sold that you could not believe sold, but it goes and classifies under the everything sells place? I have a shirt with that on it. That's a great shirt. A beaver hat. Oh my God, Jaylicious. You cannot make that up. I literally have a men's fedora beaver hat. I got this from Dee, whose show is in 10 minutes. Great stuff, by the way, Dee in Texas. I got this from her, and I'm going to list this today. That's so crazy. This is literally a beaver hat. What are the chances that you said that? That's so, oh no, it doesn't have the head. It's a hat. It does not have the head. It is a decorated beaver hat. Mine had a head and tail. Dang. That's some taxidermy at its best for sure. Okay. All right. So we're going to put that in here. That is everything that's sold over on the Bay. We've got an item here over on the Poppy of the D. This is a pair of Tesla pants. So these are like worker pants for someone that works at Tesla. They're like Tesla cargo pants. I think they sold for 15. I got them for probably $1 at a garage sale, I would say. And they're going to Nathan in Texas, which is great because we're going to use pirate ship. And so these pants are going to cost like hardly anything for me to ship because I'm also in Texas. So we're going to make a little extra money, which is great because we got to go sourcing on Saturday. Oh, Saturday. You guys, by the way, Saturday. So Saturday, we've got all day garage sailing from like 8 to 1. I'll be garage sailing. I go live. We run orders or run auctions throughout it. We do these things called take fives where we run 5 items. And you just get to go hang out with us at garage sales. I just have it stream the whole day. Then Saturday night, we are doing our very first raid train. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a ton of fun. I've never done a raid train before. We're at kind of the end. We're second to the last. It's at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Saturday night. So this is our first Saturday night show, I think, ever. And it's my first raid train. So if you guys can get a chance after this to go through and bookmark everything, bookmark that one, bookmark all the stuff we've got going on. I don't know why I'm nervous about it. I think it's because it's like, I know other people are depending on me to like do things exactly right. And I have to like mod the next person and like do all these. I have to put listings up ahead of time, which I don't usually do. So there's all these like rules and stuff that I have to follow to do this. So I'm a little bit nervous about it. I just want it to go smooth and I want to do okay with it. So I'm excited. Oh, I sold crushed eggshells too. What? Crushed eggshells? Like probably for somebody's garden. That's crazy. Thank you, Spicy. Taylor, what's going on? I just saw possum skulls being sold. There is a market. There is a huge market for like animal skulls and stuff to be sold for sure. You are not the first person I've heard that from. A Scotty Cameron lapel pin for 175 bones. Dude, that is serious. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Yes, for tomato plants. That's funny. Why wouldn't they just get eggs? Okay. You know what? Everything sells. Everything sells. All right. So we're going to put this in a bag and we're going to get this shipped off to its merry way. I appreciate the cheers, you guys. I'm excited about it. We're going to definitely, I'm going to have some serious fire for that show. I'm going to list up ahead of time. And so people can start bidding on it. I'm going to put some like really good stuff in that show, I think. So it's not going to be our normal $1 starts kind of thing, but it's going to be reasonable starts and it's going to be I'm gonna put some good stuff in there, especially because I'm trying to grow and let people know kind of what we have to offer. So I'm excited. We'll see what's going to happen. All right, so we got our length is going to be 10 by 10, and our pound is 1 pound, 6 ounces. This is not going to be much to ship at all because it's literally going like so close to where I am. Yeah, $6.28. They paid $8.99 to ship that, so we definitely made a little bit of money on shipping on that one. So that's fantastic. Lego employee apron bought for $3, sold for $85. Michelle. Michelle, I'm coming to you. If I find weird stuff, I'll be like, all right, Michelle, what's your advice on selling this? You seem to be able to sell the weird and strange items. That's fantastic. That makes me so happy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we definitely have sold some weird stuff. I sold an antique water heater manual. What was that, last week, I think? So that was that was crazy. So crazy to sell some of that stuff. I've sold like old RCA TV manuals. I mean, definitely sold some weird stuff too. So I think the full beaver body, that might be the taker on that one. All right, so that's going there. And then we got one more item here, and that's going to be over on the Poshmark. And this is a Y2K Nike Texas Longhorns t-shirt. And it's got a nice little front here. We got orange and white. And then if you look, you can tell the old Nike tag. If you guys are trying to find out when your items are from, all you got to do is just Google search like Nike's labels over the years, or Fruit of the Loom labels over the years, Gildan tags over the years. If you do that, you can usually find, what era something is from. You can also listen to the garment, but that's something that kind of takes time to get to know. And sometimes people just have the tags memorized, and that's always impressive. Like, I definitely have a few that I think I'm pretty good about, but I'm still learning. That's ridiculously great. It is a snail on a skateboard. So that's going in here, and this is going Poshmark. So we're just going to pop this in a nice little bubble mailer here. Sometimes I use the Tyvek if it's like pants. If it's a little shirt, I just use a little bubble mailer here. Do that. Make sure you guys go to USPS.com, and you can get free shipping supplies there. If you want to know the exact page, if you find my link tree, which if you find me anywhere, so if you're over on YouTube watching this, you're going to be able to see it. It's probably in my bio. If you're not and you're here on Whatnot, you can find me anywhere on the old interwebs. You can find me on the TikTokies, the IGs, and you can just click where it says link tree. And on there, if you scroll down, there's a thing that says free USPS supplies. There's also a free UPS supplies link there as well, so you guys can get free stuff, because I am all about y'all not having to pay to ship your stuff. I love saving money, and I know you do too. So I think this sold for 15 over on, sold for 15 over on Poshy. We're going to go ahead and get this printed out here and on its merry way. Okay, and this is going to Jason in Ohio. That's two Ohios today. Can't mess with that. I just don't usually scam, but was glad I do for those items. Yes, no doubt, right? Because you never know when you're gonna find stuff. That's why it's like I hate leaving a thrift store or leaving somewhere without scanning like a whole area. Like, did you guys see that banger that Thrifting Treasures got? He found a Diablo game, still sealed. That thing went for like $1,500 or something crazy like that, or $1,000 or something. Like, I am telling you, sometimes those scan items are the ones that you end up making good money on, because you just didn't even realize that you could make money on that. So that is our Poshmark. All right, guys, that is all the stuff that we sold yesterday, minus our Whatnot. So if you bought anything from us on Whatnot, I'm shipping that stuff as well today, so that you should be able to see those tracking numbers, including anyone that got our stickers or anything like that as well. That will be available, or I will send those out. We only have, I think, a few of the pink-haired stickers left. Yes, these ones right here. We got a couple of these left. Our older ones, it should be in the buy it now. I think if you guys want to get one, this is going to be like your last chance to get these. I think I only have that many left. And then we are having ones made with the blue hair, because why not? It's fun, right? Helps support the stream, helps pay for gas money for the Saturday trips, helps pay for all the good stuff that happens when you do this business. And we're going to mark that as shipped. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to hang out for just a couple minutes, because then D is going to be on. And let's go over what we got going on. So number one, if you guys have any shows coming up, please, down here where it says say something, go ahead and put your shows in here, so that we can make sure that we go in and bookmark y'all. If you guys have any one shows coming up that you don't want us to miss, or any resellers you really like on this platform that you know are trustworthy, good shippers, all that kind of stuff, shout them out down below too here. I mean, they might not be in here, but that's okay. We can still follow them. And it's always great to be able to find those trusted sellers, because I buy stuff for my own self on here to wear, as well as on other platforms, because I'm all about the secondhand items for sure. So let's make sure we do that. Creekside, I see you. Thrifty Swifty. That's another good friend of ours here. Thrifty Swifty. Make sure y'all follow her for sure, because she's fantastic and has great stuff and a great personality. What do we got going on? Tomorrow is Thursday. So we'll be doing our show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central. It'll be everything that we got last Saturday from garage selling, as well as other Saturdays. I just kind of do a smorgasbord of items, throw it all together, and we run a show. So that's tomorrow night. And then on Friday morning, we'll be back doing this again. So we'll be doing shipping, hanging out, telling stories, singing about Ohio, and all that good stuff. Then on Saturday, we're doing all day garage sailing. So starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's going to end at about 1. I'm going to be live. I run auctions throughout that time. I get stuff for cost, and I literally, you guys can ask Jay Licious or anybody else that's bought stuff from me on Saturdays. Why not Tracy? Anyone. I literally run it for basically what I get it for. I just like, if I buy it for $1, I run it for $3 so that it can cover the fees and the taxes. So we run a few items on Saturdays, and then this Saturday night is that raid trade, which I'm really excited about. For sure, that's going to be awesome, and I'm going to have some bangers in that. So God says I need to make one. I'm slacking in my making. I hear you. I hear you. Thrifty Swifty, hi friend. I absolutely love seeing your sweet messages in my shows when I go to start them. Oh, I love that. What I try to do, guys, is I try to go into people's shows. I just kind of randomly pick someone, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go into theirs. And I try to wish them a little happy show and stuff before they start, because I know it's like right before you go to do your show, there's always that little bit of nervousness, and you're always like, God, is anyone going to show up? Is anyone going to buy this stuff? Is anyone going to like it? Is my audio going to work? Is there going to be any technical issues? So I try to just get in there and like give some well wishes to everybody, just because I want people to feel good when they start their shows, because I know how nerve wracking it can be to do this. So Reloved, love to see you. Reloved is someone else I popped in the other day. Did you promote my show last night? I did not. No, but I did buy a sticker pack from you. So I'm excited to see what that is. I don't know who did that promotion yesterday. Shauna Kush, good to see you. All right, guys, we're gonna head out of here. Dee should be live. I'm gonna go ahead and raid her. Just let her know. Nice comp sent you in. Dee is great too. Very trustworthy seller, great shipper, quality items. For sure, I would trust her if I was going to be purchasing something. So we're going to hop in her show, and I will see y'all tomorrow night for our garage sale haul auction. It's so weird. I wish I could know who it was. You're just blessed, Loved. Maybe somebody came in and just did it anonymously, which I think is cool. So, all right, let's go ahead and end this, and we're going to raid. Let's find our friend Dee here. There she is, and just let her know that we sent you in. All right, bye, everybody. Have a great day.